My name is Camille Hart. I'm 32, a graphic designer who works remotely from our charming colonial-style home in Savannah, Georgia. I married Tyler 7 years ago, a soft-spoken, ambitious corporate consultant whose work often took him across the country. His job came with long hours, endless travel, and vague descriptions of what exactly he did. But I trusted him. Or maybe I just wanted to. In the early years, I'd drive him to the airport, kiss him goodbye, and count the hours until he came home. He used to call every night without fail, video chats, texts, little photos of his hotel breakfast, or views from high-rise offices. But over time, those calls became shorter, less frequent. The photos stopped. Then came the trips he said he didn't want to bother me with, and the way he started locking his phone even at home. I told myself I was being paranoid, that his distance was stress, that the sparkle in his eye hadn't faded. It was just hidden beneath exhaustion. But the truth? It was starting to drown me. The first real crack came 6 months ago. Tyler had a trip to Denver. He said it was a 3-day strategy meeting. I offered to go with him. I could work from anywhere after all. He said no, said it was too boring and full of client confidentiality. His tone was clipped, uncomfortable. I felt like a child asking for permission, not a wife making a suggestion. The next morning, I saw him pack a second cologne, a bottle I didn't recognize. He said it was just a sample from a hotel. Harmless. Then came the gym clothes he packed. Even though he never worked out on trips. The fact that he shaved before leaving. Even though he'd grown a rugged beard for winter. And most telling of all, he didn't kiss me goodbye at the door. He said, "Love you," but he didn't look me in the eye when he said it. That night, I couldn't sleep. So I did something I never thought I would. I checked his location. Tyler had shared his iPhone location with me years ago, a habit born from safety concerns during his flights. He probably forgot it was still on. According to the map, he wasn't in Denver. He was in Charleston. That was a 3-hour drive from our house. Not a flight, not a client site, and definitely not Denver. My stomach dropped. The next day, I pretended everything was normal. We texted. He sent me a conference room selfie that was clearly old. I recognized the shirt from a photo he'd taken last year. I knew then I had to see it for myself. I told my best friend, Riley, who offered to come with me, but I said no. I needed to do this alone. For the truth, for the version of me that had been lied to and gaslit for months. I drove to Charleston the next morning. The address from Tyler's location was a boutique hotel downtown. Upscale, romantic, not the kind of place you book for corporate meetings. I sat in my car across the street, gripping the steering wheel so tight my knuckles went white. Part of me hoped I was wrong, that this was some elaborate misunderstanding. Then I saw him. Tyler stepped out of the hotel lobby at 11:17 a.m., wearing jeans and a button-down shirt I didn't recognize. His sleeves were rolled up, his hair freshly styled. He wasn't alone. A woman followed him. She was petite, mid-30s, with dark auburn curls and red lipstick. She was laughing. No, giggling. And she touched his chest as he leaned in to whisper something in her ear. And then they kissed. Not a quick peck. A full kiss. Hands on her waist. Her fingers curled into his collar. I felt the world tilt. I followed them through Charleston like a ghost. They strolled the waterfront like tourists. She took selfies of them laughing in front of a mural. They ate at a seafood cafe I had once suggested he and I try. He said he wasn't a seafood guy. Liar. At one point, they sat on a bench under a giant oak tree. She rested her head on his shoulder, and he rubbed circles into her back. I took photos. Every moment. Every angle. I needed evidence. Not just for myself, but because I knew he'd lie. He was always good at it. Smooth, gentle, convincing. But I wasn't going to give him that chance this time. I followed them back to the hotel. And when they disappeared into room 314, I sat in the hallway, waiting. They didn't come out for hours. Tyler came home the next night. He brought me a keychain from the Denver airport. Said the trip was productive. Said he missed me. I waited until he showered. I placed the photos on our dining table. The kiss, the lunch, the hotel entrance. When he came out in his robe, rubbing a towel through his hair, I said just one thing. "So, how was Charleston?" He froze. His face went pale. He stared at the photos like they were evidence in a trial, which they were. I saw the moment he realized the game was over. He tried denial. Then he tried anger. Then came the tears. "It didn't mean anything," he said. "It's just, I felt disconnected. I didn't know how to talk to you anymore." I said nothing. He begged. Promise counseling. Promise transparency. But the image of him kissing her, laughing with her, undid 7 years in a single blow. I packed a bag the next morning. Chapter 7, After the Storm. It's been 5 months since I left Tyler. I filed for divorce quietly. No dramatic Facebook announcements. No rage posts. Just freedom. I moved into a small apartment near the river. I've started painting again, something I hadn't done since college. I even started going to a support group for women who've lived through betrayal. It helps. So do long walks and strong coffee. Tyler sends emails sometimes. He says he's working on himself, that he made a mistake. But it wasn't just a mistake. It was months of deception, gaslighting, and selfish choices. And I saw it all, because I followed him when he thought I never would. Now, I trust my instincts more than anyone else's promises. Because sometimes love doesn't end with a bang. Sometimes it ends with a quiet decision. The moment you realize you deserve the truth more than you ever needed to lie. A few weeks ago, Tyler sent a handwritten letter. He said he missed me, that he still wears his wedding band, that the woman from Charleston meant nothing, a temporary escape from the pressure he felt home. I didn't respond. Closure didn't come in the form of his apology. It didn't come with court papers or dividing our assets. It came in small, quiet ways. The first night I slept peacefully in my new place. The morning I woke up and didn't feel the need to check someone's location. The moment I walked into my favorite coffee shop and smiled, not because of someone else, but because I finally felt whole on my own. I don't know what Tyler tells people about why our marriage ended. Maybe he says we grew apart, or blames the distance, the stress, the usual excuses. Let him. I know the truth. He said it was just work trips. But I followed him, and I saw everything. Now I see myself more clearly than I ever have. And I'm never going back. The last time I saw Tyler was 3 weeks after I served him the divorce papers. He asked to meet, just to talk. I agreed, not because I wanted closure from him, but because I wanted to look him in the eye one final time. We met at a quiet park, the same one where he had once proposed to me under the gazebo lit with fairy lights. Fitting, really, full circle. He showed up looking worn out, dark circles under his eyes, the confident stride replaced by a nervous shuffle. He handed me a small box. Inside was my wedding ring. "I thought you might want it back," he said, barely meeting my gaze. I held the ring for a moment, cold, weightless now. Then I stood, walked to the fountain nearby, and dropped it in. His mouth opened, maybe to plead, maybe protest. But I beat him to it. "You lied to me for months. You kissed her like I never existed. You thought I'd never find out because I was too trusting, too quiet. But you forgot one thing." I leaned in close, not angry, calm. "I don't stay broken." And with that, I walked away. I didn't cry. I didn't look back. As I reached the edge of the park, my phone buzzed, a message from the art gallery that had just agreed to feature my paintings. Funny how life works. He thought he was leaving me behind on his fake work trips. But in the end, I left him behind for good. He said it was just work trips. But I followed him. And now, he gets to live with what I saw. I get to live free.